Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, March 4th. A major storm headed for the Mid-Atlantic region should affect the area from late Tuesday right through the day, Wednesday into Wednesday night. There's still some questions that remain to be answered. However, we do have some answers that we'll talk about over the next few minutes, and it's a complicated situation. It looks like the D.C. metropolitan region could very well get their first significant snowfall in a couple of years, perhaps 6 inches or more in and around the D.C. area. Just to the west of the D.C. area in eastern West Virginia, western Maryland. That right now looks like the bullseye area for the most substantial snowfall. There's still some questions as to how far north and east the significant precipitation amounts will extend. Perhaps into southeastern Pennsylvania. Again, there's some disagreements right now with the computer forecast models. The European model, for example, keeps the significant precipitation just to the south of the Philly region, whereas the U.S. models like the GFS and NAM extend that significant precipitation north and east into southeastern Pennsylvania, central and southern New Jersey. And we'll kind of talk about all of that over the next several minutes. I thought I'd start off with a blank map here, kind of talk about what we know and what we don't know. Again, it looks like the D.C. region is very likely to have their first significant snowfall in quite some time. The main band of the most substantial precipitation amounts look like it'll kind of cut across this region right here from West Virginia right across to the Delmarva Peninsula. And again, there's still some questions as to how far north and east that'll go. Philly is still in the game for some significant precipitation and even some significant snowfall, more likely right now across D.C. And again, the greatest chance for substantial snow look like maybe just the western suburbs of D.C. across eastern Virginia, western Maryland, this region right here. This time of the year in March, elevation plays a significant role. There's definitely a battle that will go on here between rain or snow. Two reasons that will cause the most substantial snowfall in this region. One, that's where the most significant precipitation amounts will occur, it looks like. And two, the higher elevations of eastern West Virginia and western Virginia should help to perhaps produce a foot or more of snow in that region, including very close to the western suburbs of D.C. Again, the questions that remain really affect Philly and south and central New Jersey. It appears right now the least likely area for significant precipitation is New York City and Boston. However, they are not completely written off the table right now. Still some 36 to 48 hours to go before the event. And again, there are some indications that some precipitation will ride up the East Coast, at least according to the latest U.S. models. Let's start getting into the details right now. Well, this is the very latest weather warnings chart from NOAA, just to give an idea of how wide of an area this storm will impact today. It's across the northern plains, dropping southeastward here, significant snowfall in Minnesota and parts of Wisconsin, headed towards Chicago. Generally, this will continue to extend to the south and east over the next 24 to 48 hours, with significant snow moving across the Ohio Valley tomorrow and then into the Mid-Atlantic region, especially from West Virginia across Virginia and the Delmarva Peninsula. Again, how far north and east the significant snow will extend is still up in the air right now. Philly is definitely still in the game. Right now it favors light to moderate snowfall accumulation in southeastern PA, with significant stuff across the Washington, D.C. area and points just to the west of there. But Philly is still in the game, and we'll monitor that situation over the next 24 hours. Here's the latest GOES composite water vapor loop, just to show where the main upper level energy is. Here it is right here. You can see the spin in the atmosphere right here. It came ashore on the western Canadian coast somewhere around Saturday night, early Sunday morning. At that time, the models can handle things better because there's not nearly as much data out over the ocean as there is on land. So there's more data now revolving around this particular crucial feature in the upper part of the atmosphere. It'll tend to drop southeast over the next 48 hours, and ultimately a heck of a storm will be sitting right off the North Carolina, Virginia coastal region by Wednesday. Here's a storm track map from the National Weather Service and what they believe will be the basic storm track here. And again, today the storm is over the northern plains. It'll drop to the south and east by tomorrow it'll be out over the Ohio Valley. And kind of take an interesting dip, and we'll see this in the GFS model in a moment, a kind of a dip southeast across the West Virginia mountains, and then ultimately end up off the southeastern Virginia coast. There certainly can be some strong winds from, let's say, Cape May down to Cape Hatteras with this storm, as strong east to northeast winds will develop, 20, 30, 40 miles per hour, certainly within the realm of possibility, even higher than that on Wednesday, as it'll become an intensifying storm sitting off the east coast come late in the day on Wednesday. Here's the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Here are the clouds associated with that storm right now. Snow falling across parts of the northern plains. That'll extend to the south and east today. A mixed bag of clouds and sun here in the mid-Atlantic and northeastern part of the country. Chilly, definitely way below normal. Temperatures have dropped all the way into the 20s down across some sections of central and northern Florida. We talked about that cold wave headed to Florida, and indeed that has occurred for this past couple of days, and it'll extend into the early part of this week. Again, temperatures way down here are in the upper 20s this morning. Well, let's walk through the GFS model run from last night. This is 0Z model run, and then we'll kind of look at the GFS ensemble runs to see some discrepancies between the operational run, which we're focusing on here, and the ensemble runs, especially with regard to total precipitation amounts. First of all, this is the forecast map for tomorrow evening. Low pressure here over the Ohio Valley. Precipitation already moving into places like Washington, D.C., across south central Pennsylvania, southwestern PA. Again, this whole area here will have had several inches of snow, and that now is moving into the West Virginia and Western Virginia area with this initial location of the surface low pressure area by tomorrow evening. Now, I want to just jump 3 hours ahead to show the kind of the track of this storm according to the GFS model. And here 3 hours later, excuse me, you see kind of a jump to the south and east. 3 hours before right here, 3 hours later that low kind of jumps across the West Virginia mountains and down into the northern part of North Carolina. Not too unusual. You see this quite often out in the western Rocky Mountain area, where when low pressure approaches higher elevation terrain, it tends to kind of drop to the south and east as it crosses the mountains. You don't often see this kind of an effect here in the eastern part of the country, but it's an important effect here, certainly in terms of how far north and east the precipitation will eventually go. This again is 3 hours later. Let's now jump ahead, and ultimately the GFS model is pushing that storm off the Virginia coast here with strong easterly winds. And notice the main precipitation band, again, extending across D.C., eastern West Virginia, all the way to Delmarva. But the GFS model and the NAM model are putting out some decent precipitation amounts here in southeastern Pennsylvania, across central New Jersey, as opposed to, for example, the European model, which kind of confines the significant precipitation to just south or of the Philly region, or Philly is just on the edge here. So there's a battle going on here. Still reason to believe that Philly can get in on some of the more substantial precipitation amounts. We'll focus in on that over the next 24 hours or so. Here's now the forecast map for Wednesday afternoon. That storm is not moving all that quickly right now. Some decent precip, not only across Philadelphia, but even into New York City right now, with strong easterly winds here. Again, coastal flooding is a possibility with this storm, and some strong winds will cause some beach erosion. The heaviest precip, again, from about the Mason-Dixon line on south to eastern West Virginia, western Virginia, all the way to D.C. region. But GFS model is quite different than European model, and putting out some decent precip all the way up the I-95 corridor from New York to Baltimore, Philadelphia, and even into New York City. Let's now jump ahead 6 more hours. And here's the forecast map for Wednesday evening. Again, this is from last night's 0Z GFS model run. Again, a nice tongue of precipitation here on the northwest flank of this storm across southeastern PA and into much of New Jersey here. Again, quite different from the European model, and we'll see how things evolve over the next 24 hours or so. But there's certainly a threat for significant snow across D.C., light to moderate across Philly and New York City right now, but they too are still in the game and cannot write off significant precipitation amounts up and down the I-95 corridor. Not yet, anyway. There's still enough time before the event happens for this to continue to be monitored. Now, one other thing to raise some hope for people that want substantial precipitation here in southeastern PA are the what are known as the ensemble runs of the GFS forecast model. What we're showing here is the total precipitation from the operational run of the GFS model for this upcoming storm. And notice again, it's got the heaviest precipitation band from eastern West Virginia across to the Delmarva Peninsula. There's no reason to doubt that. What is still in doubt is what's going on here across southeastern Pennsylvania. And this again, notice here the no blues, for example. Blues are higher amounts here across southeastern Pennsylvania and southern and central New Jersey. This is the operational run. Now let's take a look at the ensemble run here. And there you go. You notice quite a bit more precipitation shows up in southeastern PA and especially southern New Jersey here. Still in the main band across central Virginia, across the D.C. region, but the ensemble runs have quite a bit more precipitation in the operational run here across southeastern PA and southern New Jersey. Now, the ensemble runs are just a series of runs where they tweak the initial conditions slightly, make it a little bit warmer, a little bit drier, things like that, and then run out to the completion time. And the ensemble runs give you more or less confidence in the operational. The fact that the ensemble runs continue to show more precipitation here in southeastern PA and southern New Jersey compared to the operational run means that there still could be some adjustments made in the operational run as time progresses towards the event on Wednesday. One last map I'd like to show. This is from the Penn State EWAL site, and it's a short-range ensemble forecasting map here that really combines several different models with several different ensemble runs. And this is the mean of all these. This is the total precipitation amounts by Wednesday evening. And again, it continues to the main thesis here that the heaviest precipitation will be in this region right here. But there's some fairly significant precipitation making it up into southeastern PA and southern New Jersey. Little on the way of significant precipitation makes it to New York City and Boston, but this will be something we'll follow exactly how far north and east this main precipitation band goes. So stay tuned to the siweather.com. It's a complex situation, a significant storm, certainly for Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. coming late Tuesday through Wednesday, and even in the southeastern Pennsylvania and parts of New Jersey, there's still the threat for some significant precipitation. And we'll monitor that over the next 24 hours or so. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Doran.